And now, with no further ado, damn it. Okay, now we'd like to welcome someone else to the stage here. This guy's opened up for Sam Kinison. This wasn't like in the last couple of months or anything. And he's also opened up for the fabulous Thunderbirds, not to mention Boy George. Please welcome Mr. Thomas Monroe Hester.
So you doing well? Good? Everybody happy? Everybody good? Good? Welcome to the show. I'm in a really good mood. I made a couple mistakes today. I accidentally offered a Pez to a tracheotomy patient. I'm sorry about that. But it happened. Nothing I can do about it. I feel better now, though. Just stayed at a Motel 6. Don't judge me. We've all been stuck in the middle of Louisiana with 19 bucks on us, okay? We've all been there. I sat up trying to figure out why they leave the lights on. I think it's so the rats won't chew in your feet. And there's a pubic hair phenomena happening in this chain, and I want to know what it's about. There's something wrong with it. There's no way you could clean the room and change the sheets and there'd be that many pubes. There's no way. I spent all night walking around picking them up and putting them in an envelope, and they just kept showing up, more of them. Called on the front desk, I said, there's a pube on my pillow. That's where I draw the line. It's my line and I'll draw it. And the guy said, well, sir, it's a Motel 6, and he hung up on me. And I'm thinking they must expect it. They must actually walk in, clean up the room, and then wait for the maid leaves. She goes, pink, and leaves it like a little dinner man at the Marriott. I think that's what they're doing. I think it's their way of helping your stay. Then we stayed at the Hyatt, and I called the front desk. I said, I just want to let you know that this is the first hotel I've been in this week that doesn't have a pubic hair in it. They thought I was complaining, and they sent one up. That's a nice hotel. That's a nice hotel. I thought $17.50, a little high for a pubic hair, but I ordered it, and I'll pay for it. When we were in Louisiana, we were drinking because they make you. Dude. And something I learned, you know they put margaritas in the Slurpee machine at the 7-Eleven? They do, am I right? Can somebody back me up with that? That's a fact. They put margaritas in the Slurpee machines at the 7-Eleven. They don't change the signs, and they don't tell the tourist. I asked for a 48-ounce green one. And I was halfway to Beaumont thinking, damn, this Slurpee is kicking my butt. I can't believe it. The friends are going, I don't feel anything. That's because you got a brown one. I get a little testy when I drink. I was at a party the other night, and I was having a glass of red wine. I like red wine a lot, and I'm sitting there and drinking some red wine. And obviously I'm scaring someone because the host keeps asking me, wouldn't I like to go lay down in a dark room by myself? No. She keeps going, well, why not? And I said, because the spin is quite fast enough in here. They talked me into it. They go, lay me down in a dark room by myself. And by the way, I never thought about throwing up until that happened. And people kept checking on me, are you okay in there? And I go, no, I'm not okay. If I was okay, I wouldn't be locked up in the little damn dark room at the party now, would I? Obviously, I'm not okay. Come get the door, get the door. I had to get up and walk over to where the door used to be, and I had to wait for it to come back around before I could answer it. I kicked in the door and I go, jump in! They stared at me for a second and I slammed the door. Because they didn't make it. I'm not going to have somebody killed trying to transect my drunken vortex. I'm not going to let that happen. Because I'm responsible. I'm a responsible drinker. Okay, we're back. You ever take empty Visine bottles and fill them up with jalapeno juice and stick them in people's cabinets? Yeah, I don't know who's doing that, but I guess it's not very funny. Did you ever go to McDonald's, pay for your food at that first window, and then the second window, when they step away, pull out a line? Because it messes up every order for the rest of the day at McDonald's. They have no idea where an extra Happy Meal came from. They have no idea. If you go to Jack in the Box, tell them what you did, you get a free sandwich. You can't eat it, but you get it. So, I know, the food's safe. And I think the last funeral was Wednesday? Okay. I know what you're thinking, Tom, you're seeing a psychotherapist. Yes, I am, and he doesn't think he's a psycho. Isn't that weird? It says it right there on the door. He's a psychotherapist. One day I'm sitting there, and I asked him, I said, why is it when I ask you a question, you don't answer my question? He says, well, sometimes when I ask you something, I'm only checking your response, because the way you respond to something tells me more about you than actually what you say. So sometimes I'm not even actually listening to you. I'm just checking your response. And I thought, wow. So I started answering the questions in a really weird way to get a reaction out of him, and I found out this guy's got to be crazy. He goes, you ever had a bad dream? And I said, yes. He says, what in the dream is frightening to you? And I said, nothing. And he says, and what makes it a bad dream? I said, it wasn't written very well. He's getting mad. You could see it. He's just getting mad. And he told me I was superstitious. And I go, what makes you think I'm superstitious? He said, have you ever thrown a penny in a wishing well? And I said, yes. He said, then you're superstitious. And I said, but wait a second, I wished I wasn't superstitious, and when my wish came true, I didn't believe it. So what category does that put me in? And he goes, we're going to do a Rorschach test. And I said, what is that? He says, it's a series of ink blots, and you tell me what they appear to be to you. I said, okay. He pulls out the first one. He says, what does this look like to you? And I said, an ink blot. And he said, no, it's a butterfly. And I had to say, are you high and you're at work? Is that what's happening? And he said, let's try it again. I said, okay, only because I won the last one. He says, what does that look like to you? And I said, an ink blot. He said, this is different from the other one. I said, you've changed the shape, but that's not going to fool me. I recognize an amoeba any shape it's in. You know what I mean? And he pulled it, he says, that's an elephant. And I said, may I have the card? Because we're going to a zoo. I stood there for an hour going, look how thick that is and how thin that is. Look at that, look, there's 2 elephants. Look, I'll hang this one up. Now there's 3 elephants. But which one of these doesn't look like the other? This one, because it's an ink blot, and as soon as you accept that, you'll find your life will get easier. And it's true, just accept it the way it is. He goes, you think I'm crazy? And I said, it's on your door. It says, psychotherapist on your door. He said, you're chopping up the words to say psychotherapist. And I said, no, I'm putting the words together to say psychotherapist. If I chopped them up, it would say psycho the rapist, but I didn't think you were going to do it. Push too hard, they back out. They really do. They really do. You ever carry an axe in your car? And just show it to people. That's all you have to do is show it to people on the freeway. Just throw it in the back seat and follow around for a couple hours. It takes a couple hours too because they won't go home. That's so funny. They just keep leading you away from their children like a bird with its wing hurt. I love it. Third day I'm cutting down the road, I'm going down I-35. I'm in the right-hand lane, I'm going the speed limit. I'm tootling along. Yes, I tootle. And I'm going the speed limit. In the left-hand lane, this guy's doing, I don't know, 1,000, 1,005. And I'm at that Riverside exit. You know what I'm talking about? The one that's hard to get off. Not the 32nd Street exit coming on where you always get killed. Oh, yeah, you're trying to get on that. It's like, sparks and shit are flying. Oh, that was a good turn. No blood? No, that was a good entrance on this freeway. Who designed this thing, man? Hitler? Oh, man. So this guy realizes he's missing his exit, so rather than go to the next exit and turn around, he would rather take off the bumper of my car and run a school bus off into the ditch. And he turns around and shoots the finger at me. And I reached over to get my axe. And sometimes I space out and I realized I'm in a rental car. And they never give you what you need. I had a pen and a pad, but I was threatening him with it. He looked at me for a second like I do too, dot my eyes. And And then it hit me. I wrote down a license plate number, a description of his car, and what the guy looked like, and I filled out a hit-and-run accident report. And I got his home phone number and address, and I waited till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I called the guy up. I go, "Hi, how you doing?" "I'm at work. What are you doing?" "Oh, you're sleeping." "It's pretty late, yeah. I don't know, 3:30, something like that. I don't know." "Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you remember me or not. Remember you were going down I-35 yesterday and you tried to get off on Riverside? The guy in a white car? Yeah, that's me. It is such a small world, isn't it?" Yes, that's amazing to me. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Where'd I get your phone number? That is so funny. It seems like you'd worry about where I got your address about right now. Because in 10 minutes I get off work from a cab company that barely makes me enough money to pay off my last victim. The judge makes me work here, and I'd be in jail right now, but there's not any, what do they call it, room. So your name's been ripping through my head like a freight train with the brakes cut. I know who you are, and I know who you live. And as soon as I get off work, I'm taking a crowbar out of the back of my cab, which, by the way, doesn't have my fingerprints on it. And I'm going to use it like a spoon to scoop your brains out of your skull like it was Haagen-Dazs ice cream on a hot day at the Lubbock Fair. Yeah, so I'll see you soon, okay? See ya. Click. And then I wait a couple minutes for that paranoia to start to infiltrate every crack of his reality. And then I called the guy a cab.